He's been MIA for 5 years, and now you want some kind of in the interest of justice. The interest of justice is that we protect our county. You're on bond for this case. You've been on bond for 5 years. You've been gone. Now you pick up a felony case. Are we supposed to patch on the back? No. You're on bond for this DWI. You've been on bond since 2019, and now you've picked up a couple felonies out of state. I don't want you to talk about the case. My only concern is while you're on bond in this case, you're supposed to behave yourself. You're not supposed to pick up any new cases, and you've picked up a couple felonies out of another state. Are we supposed to reward you for picking up new cases? What else has he done, Ms. Ziegler, since 2019? 2 cases? 1 case?
I believe it was just 1 case from October.
Why should I not revoke his bond and put him in jail now? He's on bond for this case. He's been on bond, and he now picked up a felony in another state.
And I do understand that, Your Honor. I think that just in the interest of justice, I think that given the facts, and obviously we're not here to discuss what's going on in Louisiana.
5 years on the run. New felonies while out on bond. In this courtroom, excuses collide with accountability, and the judge is done waiting. Today, the bill comes due.
Are you representing him in Louisiana?
I'm not. No, Your Honor, I'm not representing him in Louisiana. But obviously, I'm in contact with counsel there. I think, without getting into the details of that, Your Honor, I think it's an extraordinarily interesting law that they have, or laws that they have in Louisiana, where what we would consider as a technical civil dispute somehow gets transformed into a criminal matter in Louisiana. Obviously, the French civil law, I don't even attempt to try to understand those rules, but it is more of a civil dispute more than some type of fraud that was taking place in this situation. I think we're very optimistic that that's going to get resolved. Obviously, I've just been on this matter, Your Honor, focusing in on the DWI matter, Your Honor. Yes, it was a crash, but the facts as set forth in the incident report, Your Honor, he did not collide with another vehicle. He didn't hit a pole. He didn't hit a tree. Instead, based upon the report, he swerved to avoid another car coming out of a private driveway. So to avoid from hitting that vehicle, he swerved, hit a curb, which resulted in blowing out the tire on his vehicle. The car had other people in the car, and obviously that creates some issues, as Your Honor could imagine. But this was not a DWI case where he's driving down the road 60 miles an hour and crashes into someone or anything in that realm, Your Honor. For those reasons, I think in the interest of justice, having him to go to jail, not that that's what's on the table right now, but having
it is on the table now, because he picked up a felony case while he's on bond for a case, right? He's been MIA for 5 years, and now you want some kind of in the interest of justice. The interest of justice is that we protect our county. You're on bond for this case. You've been on bond for 5 years. You've been gone. Now you pick up a felony case. Are we supposed to patch on the back? No, I'm revoking your bond. I'm taking you into custody. What are we supposed to do? You know, you can't just be gone and then you pick up a felony case in another state. I mean, what are we supposed to do? You know, really. But you have to understand that actions have consequences, right? You're an adult. Your failure to act, your failure to come, you're picking up a new case. Now, I know that you say it's a civil dispute, but they found enough probable cause and a grand jury indicted you. That's usually between 9 to 12 people that sit, have completely neutral and detached, sit, listen to facts and determine, hey, we think this person may have committed a felony offense.
It was original arrest warrant, and the DA still hasn't accepted charges.
And Your Honor, again, not getting into the details, and it's not, we're not here to try to resolve the Louisiana.
I get it, but
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, Your Honor, and I'm just let me suggest it, Your Honor. What happens in Louisiana is this: there is a civil dispute between the parties, what we would call a civil dispute. And as a result, in Texas, what we would do in the event if a contractor or subcontractor is not paid, we place a lien on someone's property. In Louisiana, if that same transaction happens, the homeowner, now obviously there would be consequences, there may be consequences for that homeowner, can call the DA and say, no, this guy ripped me off. Notwithstanding the fact they owe him money, this guy ripped me off. And if the DA there,
because I've had two people that have done that to me.
Your Honor, over there, Your Honor, over there, that it turns into a criminal matter. So again, we think it's going to get wiped away. I know we are this close to getting this matter resolved. And I think in all respect to the court, all respect to the bench, Your Honor, not being here for 5 years is a major issue. This matter should have been resolved a long time ago. Had I been brought in 6 months ago, it would have been resolved 6 months ago, Your Honor. We're just asking that, one, if there could be a level of grace and mercy extended to Mr. Williams at this today, I think we could get the matter resolved today, Your Honor. Obviously, I haven't had an opportunity to look at the medical records. I haven't had more than 30 minutes to even examine the record.
And you know, I'm sorry that you're being placed into this precarious position now. And the facts are what they are, right? If we could make our own facts, we would all win. But at times, the bill comes due. That is today. But if you think that you can just continue to get away, jump 5 years, come back, and while you're out there, you pick up a felony case as well. I can't because I would be telling you that behavior is okay, and it's not. If you guys are able to, work something out, by all means, I'm okay with that. But I can't in good conscience when he's been gone for 5 years. He picked up a felony, whether it's in Abu Dhabi, whether it's in Alabama, Oklahoma, he's hopscotching states, but he goes with you. If you want to work something out, I'm happy to whatever you guys want to do, but it's only fair, it really. But like I said, if you guys work something out, I'm happy to entertain whatever you guys want to do. But you guys talk. Don't
understand.
Not here. He's going to take him back. I'm going to let you guys talk, see what you want to do. I'm all ears. I'm always open to anything else. But the bill comes due. All right. Take your time. There's no rush. Yeah. Mr. Williams, you are charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 9 days in jail with credit for the 19 days that you've done. I want you to understand that this behavior is just unacceptable, and I'm serious when I mean that here we're about accountability. And if I don't hold you accountable, I'm telling you it's okay and that you can just continue to run amok and just and railroad. And it's not. We mean business. We're here to not only protect the community, but to teach you a lesson so that you understand that it can't continue, right? I don't know what happened over there. But when you're on bond, you can't pick up a felony case, and there are consequences, and I hope that you get it, right? The other thing that you need to get also now is that this will reflect as a conviction on your record. If you're ever in a car, I don't care where you are, I don't care what state you're in, you get pulled over and you have a smell of anything funky, they're going to probably take you in. They see that you have a prior DWI, if it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck. So if I were you, I would never, ever get into a car, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, a toke off of a joint, you smell anything funky, I'm telling you, you're going to go down. And what we're doing today, from now on, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. So like I'm saying, I'm doing this, believe it or not, to help you, because we want to see the best in you. We want the best from you. Be better. do better. You know, you're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses, testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal once you accept this agreement. You can never change this or undo this. It will go on your record. It will be there forever. I have to suspend your license. I am going to suspend it for 180 days. There is also a mandatory suspension, a DPS surcharge. I will waive that for you now. But I want you to understand that if you come back a second offense, you're looking at a minimum of $6,000 in fines and fees, not to mention another court cost of around $600 to $700. So if you pick up another DWI, not only is a minimum 30 days, but you're looking at probably around $7,000 in fines and fees. Just one button on this phone, $30, wherever you want to go. And this don't matter where you want to go. That's what you need to do. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I'll find you guilty. I will sentence you to it. You're going to walk out of here. You're not going to owe anything, but don't come back. All right. Thank you, counsel. All right, guys. Good luck. Yes, sir. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Good morning. I wanted to bring you out because there's things I would like to address with you. I don't know if at the time we ordered her not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. Let me see. One of the things that I ordered you to do was not have any contact with a Ronnie Boo Slyman.
Yeah.
And I see now that you have picked up a continuous family violence felony case. You don't have to say anything. I'm just letting you know what's happening.
Okay.
Now, we asked you not to do several things, and you have now violated several conditions of our bond. One of those being, number one, we asked you, or we ordered you not to have any contact with this person. And allegedly, you've picked up now a felony assault against this person. You picked up a felony violation of a bond condition or protective order. And you also have picked up a felony assault against a peace officer. Because of this, I'm going to now revoke the bond here that you have here, and I'm going to raise it up. I'm not going to give you a PR bond when you continue to violate conditions. I'm going to do everything in my power to protect my public at all costs. And I'm going to tell you now, there are certain people in this life, when they consume alcohol, they become funny people. They have fun, they laugh like little rainbows, gumdrops, gummy bears, and little bunnies jumping in the woods. And there are those, when they consume alcohol, they develop horns, they become the antithesis of what a person should be. And if alcohol has this kind of effect, don't use, because that may very well be the source of all these issues. I don't know, but I'm taking a stab.
Judge,
And I hope not.
if I may, Judge, just to let the court know, since she's been on bond conditions, she did voluntarily check herself into treatment for alcohol. So as the court knows, that the road to recovery is long and bumpy. She's in a difficult situation, being that she's originally from Mongolia. Is that right?
No, Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan. I'm sorry, Kazakhstan. She had a pretty crazy story about getting here. This guy that the court told her to stay away from, is like one of her only connections, and he's also done some inducement to get her back over there. I understand that it was ordered for her to stay away from him, but it makes it difficult when you don't really have a lot of people to rely on, and then you have someone who's trying to basically get you to hang out with them, even though they know that it's been ordered that she shouldn't. But I just want to let the court know that she is taking steps to try to better herself and her situation. It's just she's in a difficult spot between the addiction and lack of resources.
Even if that's the case, if you know that alcohol has this effect and it brings out the worst, then don't. You already have an open case. And you know, if you have no one to rely on in this world, if you go to jail, they're not going to bond you out, then you have to think of these things when you're out there. Because sometimes, you may have but 1/10 of a second to think, oh God, if I do this, what's going to happen? If I say this, what's going to happen? Now, where are we?
Can I say something?
Well, it's now anything you tell me, it's going to go in this ear and it's going to go out that ear because I know
I got you.
if I let you out, you're still going to do whatever you want to do. You don't care what we say. That's the problem. And when you come here and when we talk to you initially, we try to tell you, look, this is how we expect you to act. This is what we expect you to do. And when you do, and when you show up to court, and when you talk with Hunter, good things happen. Now, I'm telling you this for the future because I don't know what's going to happen from here on out. All I know is that you have very serious cases upstairs. And in the future, going forward, whatever may happen, whether it's a probation, whether it's this, think before you act. And if the source and the root of all evil is no matter how bad the addiction is, if you don't, it only gets worse. It never gets better. And the older you get, the more difficult life becomes. You get older, bigger, fatter, you lose hair. Life doesn't get easier. And when you get more of this, so I hope that you take the help that is offered now, because we're going to offer you help and we want the best to come out of you, right? We want the best for you. But you can't continue like this. So now, like I told Hunter, I am going to revoke your bond. I'm going to raise it up to 5,001. We'll come back in a couple weeks and see how we go forward. But I can't give you a PR bond when you pick up 3 felonies.
Judge, may I make argument for bond amount?
Sure.
She currently has bond amounts on her felonies that she can't afford. She's indigent. That's evidenced by the fact that I was appointed to her, and also given a little bit of her background, she's not only indigent, but she's has a lack of resources. Otherwise, I would ask the court to consider $250 bond.
Gotta love you, Hunter. Gotta love you.
Just taking
her
into
bond's
account
at 2,500 now, so that would mean lowering the bond. I'm going to set it at 5,001. We'll go forward. It looks like your felony case is set for February. You will go to felony court in February. Hopefully, you guys can wrap this up and try to get everything quick so you don't just sit there and linger.
Just ask for a speedy trial date on this case.
Absolutely. I have to give them at least 30 days for them to get all their stuff in preparation. Is it your case? Is it
It's actually
Conrad's? Yeah. Okay. I guess let's do this. Is he here? You want to talk to?
Not by, but I can give him a call, maybe.
No, but I want to give him a head, or if you can give him a heads up that that's where we're at. I guess let's set it for early next week. Is discovery complete in the case? Wait till at least we have some discovery first.
I think it's all complete.
I think we're still waiting on body cam. Let me see this. Yeah, it looks like this looks like body cam was re-requested.
We don't even have body cam. Let's do this. Let's set it for next week, like late next week. See if we can get the body cam. If you can get it, and then we can get also Conrad to come approach, and then we can set it at that time if you want. Yeah?
Good, Judge.
All right. We wish you the best of luck, man. Take care.
Bond is a privilege, not a loophole. Run long enough and consequences will find you. In this courtroom, accountability always wins.